everyone. I wanted to get in front of you so soon after my last video for just a couple of minutes because of a brand new announcement by Blue Note. So let's talk about what that is. If in the meantime you can hit like and if you can hit subscribe like right now, that would be amazing. All right, so on May 21st, Tuesday, Blue Note announced that they're going to release 10 titles on blue vinyl with a Japanese style obi strip, and they are doing this in celebration of their 85th anniversary. So the catch is that all of these titles are going to be titles that have already been released in the classic series, which is the current reissue series, which previously was called the 80th anniversary series, but it's still going on and it's sort of evolved into what they're calling a classic series. So my understanding is that these titles could have been from either the 80th or the classic. So they're all going to be the same mastering. So they aren't being remastered. There aren't changes to the music. It's going to be the same. So the packaging is different, and then the way that they're going to market is different too, because they're only going to be available in, I believe, indie stores or authorized retailers. I don't know yet which stores, and I don't know if online stores are going to be a part of it, but my guess would be yes. Anyway, the only other information that we have at this point is that the first two titles are Lee Morgan's Sidewinder and Cannonball Adderley's Something Else. And in just a minute, I'm going to predict the other 8. So I want to get ahead of any skepticism and at least give you some of my thoughts about this announcement. So this is part of a bit of a trend lately with Blue Note, and it feels like to me that they're pulling more levers to try and connect with their audience and thereby growing that audience as well. So you and me, we may not actually be the audience for these releases, or maybe you're excited about them. But let's kind of think quick about some of the other developments lately. So things that come to mind, there's the partnership with Third Man Records for a short run of titles, right? The 313 series. There was also the Blue Note Club membership thing where you could earn points by buying direct from their website. There was the intention to release the Blue Note box set, like reissue it for VMP, which I have to imagine involves some type of intentional renewal of licensing. Let's also keep in mind that having a reissue of some of these iconic albums every 5 years really isn't that groundbreaking and probably shouldn't even be that controversial either. So remember, there was the 75th anniversary series, then the 80th, and which I think certainly the 80th was a substantial improvement in some cases from the 75th. And now we have the 85th anniversary, which is limited. It's only limited to these 10 titles. And it's seemingly designed to get people excited about these titles. And remember, too, that there's a lot of people who have come to this hobby just in the past 5 years who are interested in buying the latest thing. So who won't like this, right? Because there's always somebody who's not going to like something. So who's not going to like this is people who have anxiety over having the absolute latest release, maybe, or maybe people who just don't like color vinyl across the board. But I don't really have a problem with this, really. I think if I wanted these titles in the classic series, I would have gotten them already, and probably some that are in this upcoming series are ones that I did. If I was on the fence before, would I spring for a blue vinyl copy now? I mean, sure, maybe, I guess. I think it's up to everyone and what they want. I don't think the intention is for people to feel the need to replace their classic series copies. I think it's simply to keep the excitement going and to throw a bone to some of these indie stores and authorized retailers to try and get them to want to be, if they're not already, an authorized retailer by giving them something exclusive. And Blue Note doesn't really participate in RSD, and so this is kind of a way for them to connect, I think, with perhaps some of the retailers, and customers win too in this case, right? Because it keeps great music in print. All right, so my thoughts on the other 8, right? Because in the past I've put out my predictions. Sometimes they've come true, right? Like with the Sonny Rollins Village Vanguard 3 LP set. I did predict that was going to be the release. So let's see if I have any luck, I guess, with the 8 remaining titles besides Sidewinder and Something Else. 2 of, by the way, the absolute best and most iconic albums in the series. So I think that they're starting off very strong. So my guesses for the remaining 8 include these: Sonny Clark's Cool Struttin', Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers' Moanin', Hank Mobley's Soul Station, Dexter Gordon's Go, Herbie Hancock's Maiden Voyage, Kenny Burrell's Midnight Blue, Grant Green's Idle Moments, and Wayne Shorter's Speak No Evil. So, personally, I don't think that there's going to be a repetition of the leader across these 10 titles. I don't think that they're going to add in Search for the New Land again, for example. I don't think they would have both Empyrean Isles as well as Maiden Voyage, although I was a little bit on the fence between those two in terms of where, which one they would choose. I also don't think that Eric Dolphy's Out to Lunch, while iconic, I just think it's a little bit too adventurous with what's probably going to be a list of not only iconic, but perhaps slightly more accessible titles. All right, so with that, the series is limited. These first two titles that are coming out come out on July 12th. We don't yet have the release calendar for the remaining, but I think we can probably count on maybe like two a month is probably what they're going to do and have that carry through the end of the year. Just a guess. I'm sure that we're going to get more information, possibly even as soon as right as I post this video. So it is what it is. I just wanted to get a little bit of time out ahead of it and issue at least my predictions before anybody else does. So anyway, hope this was informative, and yeah, I guess we'll all stay tuned for how this series evolves. So thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.